Hi, I'm Max Spainhour.
And I'm Troy McCormick. Welcome to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. Welcome to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. In today's episode, we're going to be taking some friends of ours turkey hunting. And to go wild turkey hunting, obviously you have to have a place to hunt, a place has to have turkeys on it, and you got to have some friends. We've got all kinds of friends in today's episode. In fact, 4 of our hunters are from the Kentucky and Indiana chapter of Paralyzed Veterans of America. Now, some of these guys have been hunting before. Some of them, it's going to be a new experience for them. But just getting out outdoors and having fun is what we're planning to do. And this particular adventure started out with we were going to have one hunter that we were going to take out. And when I attended one of the chapter meetings, several of the other guys asked if they could go turkey hunting sometimes. So we invited them along to go with us. Now, we've got members of the Clark County chapter of the National Wild Turkey Federation. They're called the River Ridge Longbeards. We've got members of the NWTF have pitched in to help us out both with calling. They've donated some money. We've got sponsors like Bass Pro Shop helped us out to give us some camo for our hunters for today. And we've got the Hughes Group that is letting us hunt on their property here in southern Indiana. And we've just had all kinds of people pitching in to give us a hand to take these guys out to enjoy a little time out in the woods and experience turkey hunting. Now, day one, it really wasn't what we had planned because daybreak came and the fog was so thick that the decoys, about 15, 18 yards out in front of the blind, you couldn't even see them. And even as the day wore on and it got to be 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, the fog was still so thick. And it was so wet out. The water was dripping off the trees onto our hunting blind, and the turkeys just weren't gobbling. They weren't showing themselves where we were anyway. Now, one group had Hack Albertson was our hunter, and they had some hens coming in. Boy, that fog was so thick. They also had a gobbler come in, nice long beard on him, and he hung up just outside a shooting range and never did offer a shot. But they did have a bobcat that walked by, and I think 3 out of 4 of our hunters actually saw turkeys and just had a really good time. But boy, that first morning it was foggy. Hack's noticed the gobbler coming in from his left. You can almost see here in just a few minutes the gobbler coming, but it's difficult to see past that the fog. And we're looking through the screen mesh on the hunting blind as well, but there's the gobbler right there. Just doesn't want to come in to that 40-30 yard range where he's in shooting range. Something spooked him, and he ran back out to that ridge and stopped again. Almost as if he's just toying with the hunters. He seems relaxed and as calm as could be.
I'm like Stockelman. I'm with the National Wild Turkey Federation.
I'm Hack Albertson with Paralyzed Veterans of Kentucky and Indiana.
Hey guys, today we are in southern Indiana. A little turkey hunting May 1st. Tell us a little bit what we've seen today.
Well, you can tell by my pants they're not out dusting much today. But we've seen a bobcat, a real nice gobbler, and 3 hens. Been a good busy morning.
Just couldn't get them close enough. Well, the gobbler at least.
The hens were close enough.
Yeah. And luckily none of them had a beard, right?
Yeah, none of them had a beard. That one looked suspect with her feathers, but we let her go.
We're going to stay right here and see what we can come up with. See if we can't get Hack a Big Tom here.
Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it looks like it's just daybreak.
Yeah.
And there's one out there now.
Right. Take a lot of fog today, right?
Yes, a lot of fall.
Thick fog.
All right, guys, we'll see what we can do.
Hi, Jim Donlin here from Westside Bait and Tackle in downtown Indianapolis. We are one of the oldest and best stocked bait shops in Indiana. Since 1951, we've offered a large selection of live baits, including minnows, night crawlers, bee moth, and more, all at a low, low price. We have a complete selection of name brand rods, reels, lures, and tackle. We also have a full-service rod and reel repair center, so stop on in and see us soon.
For more information, go to www.westsidebaitshop.com. After serving our country, serious injury shouldn't prevent our veterans from enjoying life. Paralyzed Veterans of America works with veterans to ensure that their health care and benefit needs are met, provides assistance with career needs, and offers challenging and rewarding activities. The Kentucky and Indiana chapter of PVA is also proud to provide adaptive sports and activities for its members. Paralyzed Veterans of America depends on the public's generosity to support its programs. Make your donation today and help give back to our nation's paralyzed heroes. Life Essentials in Brookston, Indiana provides the products you need to become more independent. Products like our Journeyman wheelchair provide all-terrain access for the hunter and all-around outdoorsman. Every year, thousands of people are born with or acquire disabilities. Whether your special needs are for residential, commercial, agricultural, or just enjoying the outdoors once again, we customize our lifts and mobility products to fit your needs. We're raising you to new heights. Call today and we'll work with you to take back your life. Welcome back to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. We're hunting today with several members of the Kentucky and Indiana chapter of Paralyzed Veterans of America. Now, 2 of our hunters are paraplegics. One hunter is a quadriplegic, and we have one hunter that has limited mobility. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't slow these guys down. They're willing to put their camo on, get their guns out, and come out and have an adventure with us in the out-of-doors. And we were more than glad to take them out. Let's join back in with a little bit of that turkey hunting action in southern Indiana and see what the birds are doing for these guys. Here we are on day 2, and we've got 2 longbeards, but they're 150 yards out, and they're walking away from us. Didn't matter how much we called, they didn't want to come in. Now, at our other blind, we had a great close-up experience with this hen turkey. She came in within about 10-15 feet of the blind and gave the group a great close-up experience. But it wasn't quite what they were looking for. Kevin, tell me just a little bit about what we're doing out here today.
Well, we're out here for, well, this is my first time, out here trying to get a big gobbler, and you know, this is my first time, so we got out the shotgun, got out the decoys, and got Jim over here calling, and got you filming some good stuff, and we're just waiting for a bird to come right through that my little area here, and so I can sight him in and take care of business. So
now,
you know,
things have been a little slow today, but we did get out into the woods today, and a new experience for you.
Brand new experience. Never done it before. Even when I was a kid, I used to hunt deer, rabbit, squirrel, you name it. But this right here is the new experience for me. So, you know, I enjoy it. And, you know, it'd be a lot more if we could get the big boy to come across and say hello.
Now, being part of Paralyzed Veterans of America has given you an opportunity to do different things, like getting out to go hunting with us today.
It's been so much for me. A lot of guys don't understand that, you know, these are the opportunities and the doors that are open to you. The PVA can open for you. They open doors for me, and this is just one of the many things that we've been able to enjoy. So without PVA and without Indiana Outdoor Adventures, and of course the National Wild Turkey Federation, it wouldn't have been possible. So PVA, along with all you guys, have been just a tremendous thing. So it's good for all the guys, and I hope they jump back into it just like I am.
Great. Now, for those that can't tell, we obviously have a rather unique trigger pull system hooked up for you. If someone can't tell that you're in a wheelchair, tell me a little bit about what kind of disability that you have that you're basically overcoming today to get out into the woods.
Well, I'm a C6-7 and quadriplegic, and for all those that don't know, that means limited mobility up below the waist, so no movement downstairs. But you know, it's you can do it, and you don't have. There's so many things that people say you can't do it, and you can't hunt, you can't fish anymore. But this is just proof of getting with the right folks and getting certain things to help you maneuver. You can make your adventure happen. So it's really cool.
Great. Well, we didn't get our turkey today, but we did have some fun, and we're getting ready to head back for a lunch with everybody and talk about our experiences today.
Looking forward to it, and I just can't thank you guys enough for the experience, and hope to do it next year with a bunch more guys. And like I said, it doesn't matter what your disability is. All you got to do is just dream, and you can make that goal happen. So I appreciate it once again from everybody.
That afternoon, we had storm clouds come in, and we had some thunder. But what was cool, when we had the thunder rumbling and we were packing up our gear, getting ready to go, we had a gobbler maybe 150, maybe 200 yards out. And every time that thunder would rumble, he just lifted his head up and he just gobbled in response. He was shock gobbling to that thunder. Just as if we were calling on a call. When that thunder would rumble, boy, he would gobble just right in response to it. And that was kind of fun to watch and to listen to, but we never could get those toms out there that far to commit and come on into the decoys and offer us any kind of a shot. Cave Country Canoes, located in the heart of Indiana's Cave Country, offers a variety of canoe rental trips from half-day outings for beginners to 2-day adventures for the more experienced enthusiast. Our canoe trips follow the gently meandering Blue River through the wooded hills of southern Indiana. Abundant wildlife and great fishing opportunities abound. Go to cavecountrycanoes.com for more information about our canoe and kayak trips. Your next adventure is just a paddle away. Hillbilly Custom Game Calls, offering the finest and precision-made diaphragm mouth calls for wild turkey hunting. Each call is handmade and gauge stretched for exact tension each and every time. Select from double and triple reed calls like you've never heard before. We also have an assortment of handmade wood box calls, glass and slate top pot calls, and predator calls that will make us your source for all of your custom game call needs. Look for us online at www.hillbillygamecalls.com. Follow Indiana Outdoor Adventures online with Facebook, Twitter, and our website. Stay up to date with our exciting adventures as we're out in the field filming and meeting new people. From news updates and announcements to Twitter posts by co-host Troy McCormick. Why wait until the next season of shows when you can follow us as we're filming them? Join us online to get the most current news on Indiana Outdoor Adventures. On day 2, the action picked up. We're out turkey hunting now with our members of the Kentucky-Indiana chapter of Paralyzed Veterans of America. And one of our hunters, Charles, had a lot of action. They had several hens came in, a couple of them 10, 15 yards or closer to the hunting blind. And they had one gobbler come in, and he kind of hung up out on the road, but finally moved his way in and started to come in toward the decoys. Here, let me let Charles tell you about what happened. We've got an exciting story to tell with our turkey hunter today, Charles, because Charles had a close encounter. Charles, tell me a little bit about what it was like having your first turkey coming to you and preparing for the shot.
I'll try. It was pretty exciting, and this is a long drawn-out story, but I'll tell you anyway for your listening pleasure. We saw a hen come through, and then behind that hen was this big gobbler, and he followed that hen all the way across this field, and it's a long field. It get up there close. We had a couple of decoys set out, and both of the hen and the gobbler went around the decoys, but went down a ridge, ignored us, and then went into the woods.
Now you're in a hunting blind.
Yeah, I'm in a hunting blind.
So you're kind of like in a camouflage tent, and they can't see you, which is the goal.
Right.
But you've got someone helping bring that bird into you.
I do. Danny, and I apologize, Danny, I don't know your last name, but Danny did an excellent job of calling that bird in for us. After they came back out of the woods, the hen kind of went towards the decoys, but the gobbler didn't want to cooperate as much.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and I think it was about 40 yards out, and it just stayed on the straight line and stayed parallel with the like a ditch line or ridge line. And I kept waiting for it to pop its head up so I could get a good shot, but that didn't come. So it was hunkered down with its head, and we couldn't wait any longer, so I just went ahead and took the shot. And it was an exciting shot, and the bird did some pretty good acrobatics, but it flew away. So
flew away instead of falling down dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of sorrow with that, but with the adrenaline rush, it still had to be exciting.
Oh, it was great. The hunt was the best part of it, I guess you say, because the anticipation, waiting for the gobbler to do what it's going to do, and hoping that the hen's going to take it in the right direction, and just hoping it's going to get to a point where I can take a shot. And it did, and I was excited. I didn't know telling where the shot went, but I think it was in the general area of the bird.
There you go. You were close. Now, Charles, tell me a little bit about it. This is a Paralyzed Veterans of America combined with the Indiana Outdoor Adventures, National Wild Turkey Federation, all getting together to take some guys from your chapter out turkey hunting. Tell me what it's like to have those opportunities, and would you do it again? And do you think Paralyzed Veterans should get out and try something like this?
I think they should. It's great to get out and do the normal things in life that you most of the time can't do when you're in a wheelchair or you're paralyzed. But with the help of these good people, and the Turkey Federation, and it's great to get out there and do the normal things. And that sounds simple, but it's not.
Well, you know, we spent a little time making sure we had a location where we could get the wheelchairs to. But other than that, you know, there wasn't anything that we were having to do that was, that different than taking anybody else out hunting.
Right.
And the fact that you got a shot, you got to see turkeys both days. I mean, our other hunters, 3 out of 4 got to see turkeys. We got to see a couple of bobcats. It's been quite a fun hunt, I think.
Yeah, deer, everything. It was just great being out in nature, and the whole setting is beautiful here on this property. But again, I can't emphasize enough, though it's the simple things, it means a whole lot to somebody in my position to be able to get out there and do the simple things. And you take it for granted.
Looking for adventure? Marengo Cave has it all. Explore the underground wonders of Marengo Cave with our 2 easy walking tours, or go on an adventurous cave exploring trip with hard hats and lots of mud. Kids will love discovering gemstones at the Cave Springs mining flume. This U.S. National Natural Landmark has been open to the public since 1883 and provides breathtaking views of underground cave formations. Visit us online at moringocave.com and plan your visit today. The Old Goat Trading Post in Bloomingdale, Indiana offers not only traditional fur hides, hats, and mountain man-like apparel, but beautifully crafted spirit hides. Artistically sculpted from elk, moose, deer, and buffalo hides, they are the perfect wall hanging for your home or vacation cabin. The shaved hair sculpture and original painted scenes combine to create a natural canvas and work of art. Visit www.oldgoattrading.com for more information.
Lawrence County is an unexpected destination found in the heart of southern Indiana rolling hills, offering recreational landscapes, a rich limestone heritage, and unique outdoor experiences. This area is limestone country, well known for limestone quarries and stone carving heritage. It's also the home of Spring Mill State Park, geocaches, the scenic East Fork of the White River, and underground caverns. Plan your adventure at limestonecountry.com or call 800-798-0769.
I'm Troy McCormick, and today we're at the Bobarosa Gun Dogs Training Facility. And Bob Knipper here is the owner of the facility. And Bob, we're going to talk about hunting dogs today, specifically upland game bird hunting dogs. Tell me a little bit about what kind of dogs you train and what all you're doing here at the Bobarosa Gun Dogs facility.
Okay, great. We've been training bird dogs for people roughly 20 to 25 years on a professional basis. We built this new facility on a larger piece of property about 5 years ago. And really the focus of our training are for the gun dog people, families that own bird dogs that are also family companions. And they may hunt them 2-3 weekends a year, or they may hunt them 4 or 5 weeks out of the year. So we focus heavy on those type of dogs that can be your friend at home and be a good hunting companion in the field. And we take on all breeds to train of upland dogs, ranging from English setters to English pointers to Vizslas to Drathars. We've even trained some standard bred poodles for people. We train all flushing breeds, whether they be English Springer Spaniels, Labrador Retrievers, field bred Spaniels of all other types, Boykins. We've really seen a little bit of everything. Our personal dogs are field bred English Springers.
Okay.
Is our dog of preference. We like the speed of them, and those are the dogs that we campaign in AKC trials, our Springers.
Take me back to, I think you said poodles.
Yes, yeah.
As a hunting dog?
Yeah, standard bred poodles were actually bred by the Germans to be waterfowl dogs.
Wow.
And it's interesting, the poodle cut that you see today, that's what established it. When those dogs would come in out of the swamps, their coats would be coated in mud and stink. And
yeah.
So they chose to shave them down, but they knew they needed to keep them warm, so they left the parts on the body to keep them warm, and that's what you see on the poodle today. The cut around the chest for the lungs, the ankles, the joints, the ball and the tail to rudder through the water. That's really what established it. So.
Never would have guessed that one.
No.
Now, we've talked about the different breeds that you're working with, but let's talk about the different technical aspects, flushers versus pointers,
Sure.
and the types of things you train them to
Right.
do.
Well, a flushing dog, the ideal candidate to be a flushing dog is a dog that's going to stay within gun range and allow you to get a clean shot with the dog being totally under control. So we train all of our flushing dogs to quarter from a gunner to the left to the right of you. And that keeps a maintained pattern as you're going through the field. And they're only allowed to quarter out as far as the handler will allow them, or as far as maybe the wind dictates, because wind is what's the most important thing, of course, in bird dogs. They've got to have the wind in their face to properly smell the bird, or if they're going downwind, they have to roll back into the wind.
Sure.
So we try to maintain this pattern by teaching them to quarter at a very young age, by teasing them with pigeons left to right. And as the puppy goes left to right to get a pigeon, they're rolled in, he flushes and chases. He's rewarded for that pattern. And we make him turn at 2 whistle blasts for that pattern.
Okay.
And when he's too far out, a long whistle blast brings him in. So ideally, a finished flushing dog, whether it's a lab or a Springer or any of the flushing breeds, will quarter left to right, go through the field in an appropriate pattern, flush the bird is shot, the dog is seated, the bird is shot, the dog stays there until you release him to make the retrieve. That way everybody's safe, and the dog's not running up through the field flushing another bird or two that you didn't have an opportunity to harvest. Now for pointing breeds, we teach them very similar to pattern left to right, but a pointing dog is bred to cover large expanses of ground, because he's supposed to go out and do the walking for you, if you would, and find and pin the birds and hold them at point so that you can come up and harvest a bird. And again, under their command, we keep them woe broke. And what woe is simply the sit, or in the English Springer world, we call it hup. What woe is your leash. When he's 100 yards out, 50 yards out, 30 yards out, when I holler the whoa command, the brakes go on and that dog does not move an inch. So the purpose of that is when he is on point in the field and you're coming to him, the whoa command will keep him totally staunch so that you can go in, flush the bird, and the dog will stay there, the bird will be shot, and you'll tap the dog or say his name and release him for the command.
Now, I've been through your facility. And it reminds me of a thoroughbred racing horse kennel, or a barn and stable. Tell me about this facility and what you do for housing the dogs and making them comfortable, and how that whole process fits into their training regime.
Well, since we cater to people that the dogs are their family companions too, they come to us because they know we're going to treat their animals like they're part of our family. Even if you come into our kennel, you'll notice the front area really looks like your living room or a small lobby. We have 20 indoor-outdoor kennels. The indoor areas are 5 foot by 5, and there's a guillotine door that lets them to the outside area, which is 5 foot by 10. We do have an exercise area at the back of the building that's fenced in to get them their exercise. But the dogs that we're training on a regular basis, they get plenty of exercise on the days they're getting worked in the field, which is really regularly. We have radiant heat in the floor for the dogs to stay comfortable on, and in the cold of winter, or when we hose down and it's damp, that dries it out quickly. We're very...
Tell me about the heating above and in the floor.
Right. The heating above is geothermal, heating and cooling. We utilize our well system to provide the medium to provide the heating and cooling for the building. And we utilize tubing in the floor and just really a hot water heater, if you would, to temper that floor. The building is hosed down on a regular basis, and on a monthly basis it's entirely disinfected from head to toe, just to try to avoid any cross-contamination. Like I said, we treat them like part of our family, and we want to keep everything spotless and clean.
If somebody did have a dog and they wanted more information on Bobarosa gun dogs, where can they go online?
Well, the best thing is just get online to www.bobarosagundogs.com. It has a really extensive website, has all our information. It gives you info to contact us, and we'd love to have you come out and pay a visit. I think you'll be pretty impressed with our facility.
Thanks for joining us today for our Paralyzed Veterans of America and National Wild Turkey Federation's Turkey Hunt. See us again next time, right here on Indiana Outdoor Adventures.